Hi guys, it's Natalie Zangon, also known as Mother Goose, raw and real. I'm so glad to be with you again. Thank you so much for watching. I invite you to watch the rest of my videos also on YouTube, where we share amazing, brilliant ideas and new information every day or every other day. Today, I wanted to do a recap about the concept of pregnancy. Yes, a beautiful topic, heavy for some, exciting for others, lots of emotional factors to it. I just want to take a moment and say we need to break this stigma and create an understanding and awareness that pregnancy is not the same situation for every couple that gets married. And it does not play out the same for everyone. So it's so important to know that whether you're religious or not, whether you're rich or not, educated or not, poor or not, it doesn't matter. It affects every couple in a different way. And I highly, highly encourage you, if you are having issues in this area, to make sure to consult with a professional that deals with this, and especially when it comes to rabbis or rebbitzins that have specialty in this area, and not just any rabbi or any rebbitzin, because it's a lot more complicated than you think. So let's go over a few factors. Again, this is not a medical video. This is not a medical advice. I work as an advocate for encouraging couples with getting the fertility help and assistance that they need in their journey to pregnancy, God willing. Everything is in the hands of God, and we do what we can, and we do our hishtadlut. And it's very important to know that like everybody has their own journey to getting to it, but that does not mean that we do nothing about it. um, so one of the main factor is if you've been married and want to to conceive and have a child, so and you're above the age of 25, 27, it's one way to look at it, and under that age is a whole other ball game. So one of the number one factor is to take into consideration your age. How old are you, and how long has, in the medical world they say like 1 year of unprotected sex. If you're not getting pregnant, see a doctor and find out what's going on. So the age factor is a big difference. The younger you are, if you're under the age of 30, you have a bit more time. Like if you're under the age of 25, once you are 25, 27, or 30 and above, it's good to figure out like what is going on with your body that is not leading to pregnancy. Number two, so the first factor is how old are you? How old are you as the female in the couple that you're going through this? Your age is a factor. So, like I said, the older you are, if you're above 30, it's better to consult and figure out with your rabbi and your doctor to see like what's going on with your body. Just figure out your body. Number two, find out how old was your mother when she became menopause. This is also an important factor. Number three, how long are your menstruation cycles? So if it's more than 35 days, like that every 30, it takes 35 days or more for you to get your next period, or like it's every like 20 days. These are significant changes, because every cycle is usually 28 days. So if you're far to the 35 or a much shorter cycle, it's a good idea to speak about this with your OBGYN. Are your periods painful? Are you having a lot of pain during your menstruation? So make sure to check in with your doctor and see if it's, God forbid, what's going on, what's happening. Like, not everybody's supposed to have very, very bad, painful time during their menstruation. Look into it. Look into, there's something called endometriosis that affects the period cycle. So look into that. What about your weight? Is your weight going a lot more? Are you overweight? Are you underweight? This really can affect your pregnancy. Hormones. Are you suddenly having hair loss? Like, are you just suddenly losing hair? Are you excessively gaining weight? Are you like just feeling very lethargic and down? Are you feeling your appetite is changing? If it is, talk to your OBGYN and find out, like, ask them to check your hormones to see what's going on. Your lifestyle can have a big factor to it. Drug usage, alcohol usage, excessive amount of stress. Because if you think about it, our body as the female wants to have a safe environment to procreate. So our body is not thinking about procreation if it doesn't feel like the environment is safe. So if it feels like the environment is toxic, it's stressful, the last thing your uterus wants to do is to allow the embryo to get implanted and to procreate. So the calmer the environment is, the more loving it is, the more likely it is to allow for the procreation. Um, so another factor is if you're getting your period. So we know there that your uterus is going through a normal transformation every month. But we also want to find out, are you ovulating an egg? Like, are you fully ovulating? Because sometimes some women could be getting their period, but there's no ovulation. There's no egg being kind of discharged from them. So it's very, very helpful. Over the counter, you could buy it. It's called an ovulation kit. You could go to CVS, Target, or on Amazon and buy it. It's called an ovulation kit. Very simple. You can use it in the bathroom. You pee on the woman pees on it every morning the same time. And then it tells you when you are ovulating and it gives you like a positive sign. So when it's ovulating, the best time to have intimacy is either the first day that it's positive or the next day. Because many people think that every time a man and a woman have relation and the man has a discharge, that there's sperm coming out. But it doesn't really work like that. The men also need to kind of like reset the active sperm cycle. So it takes about like 24 hours for it to send out active sperm. So it doesn't mean that every time a man discharges that there's sperm coming out. So what you want to do is to find out, to make sure when you are ovulating, to make sure that you have relations close to that month. So many people think that pregnancy and all that is in your hand, but really it's a time window. Within every month, you have a window, which is about 24 hours, from the time here, like pretend like these are the ovaries. Every month one egg comes out of, every ovary. Like one time this ovary releases, one time this ovary, one time it could release two, that turns into twins. So when the ovary comes out of the fallopian tube and goes into the uterus, it stays there. Within 24 hours is the prime time for ovulation. I mean, sorry, from prime time for conception. But during that conception, the sperm has to get to it in time. So now the sperm has to be in a good set too. You have to make sure that the husband's like kind of like energy metabolism, not, like I said, no usage of alcohol, drug abuse, stress level, all of these affects the mobility of the sperm to get to the egg. So the better and the healthier the woman is and the man is, the more highly and helpful it could be to lead to conception. And the better and the sooner you get the help, the better you'll know what to do with your journey. And you have to understand the value and the like literally it's like a gold mine, like woman's age and eggs and ovulation and all of that is a gold mine. And once you pass the stages and ages, you're not going to have as much access to the eggs you used to have. So I always tell people, especially as they are getting older, don't waste your time. It's very easier for other people to tell you, wait, don't, it's okay, blah, 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 But once the time is gone, you cannot bring it back. So if it's something that's important for you and you care about it and you value it, the same way that if your tooth is like hurting you, after a certain time that's not getting healed, you immediately go to a specialist. So when it comes to like ovulation and pregnancy, it's the same thing. Regular OBGYNs do not know as much as the specialists do. So they could give you like surface advice, but a specialist knows how to take care of the root and the foundation of the problem and see what's going on. The most important factor, obviously, is prayer to God and davening. We know all of that, but it's important to follow the right path medically as well, because those factors can make a big difference for you to find out what is going on with my body, like what's happening. And the more you're able to get in tune and learn about your body, the better it could help you during this journey. So to sum it up, learn about your body, find out when you're ovulating, see what's going on within you, get in touch with organizations. There's a fantastic organization called Bonei Olam, Pua, A Time. These are like religious Jewish staff that help religious couples or any other Jewish, couples with resources and information, and hold their hand through to find out what's going on. Don't be passive in this journey. It's your body, it's your yearning, it's your desire for motherhood. So do everything you can, take every step you can to get closer to this dream you have. I know it's challenging, I know it's tough. We all have had our own journey to get to this in different ways. So make a step for yourself and do what you need to do to find out what's going on with your own body and what's happening, because you deserve to know, and you deserve to know what you can do about it. And may God bless all of you that are waiting with healthy children at the right time, in a healthy way, with bracha and hatzlacha in the merit of Shavuot that's coming up, with goodness and abundance in all of our homes. Amen. Ken Yehי Ratzon. And those of us that are blessed with kids, to raise them with derech eret, ahavat Israel, and goodness. This is Natalie Zangon, raw and real, also known as Mother Goose.